Alrighty. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Anthony here, special analysis. We're going to be breaking it down how we played it this morning. Again, I shoot these videos on a daily basis for you so that you have some insight to the way I approach the market, because if you don't feel it's going to be beneficial for you to learn from, then there's really no need for you to, come join our family of traders. But if you watch these videos, if you find them insightful, if you like the way I approach the market, perhaps you may want to join us, right? I trade live with folks every single morning because I believe the only way you are going to grow as a trader is by putting the time in, right? There's so many of these so-called gurus out there that sell you these $2,000 discords or $2,000 gimmicks, and they're spending genuinely little to no personal time with you. My goal is to spend personal time with you because I think that's the only way that you have the best chance of growing in this industry. The question is, are you prepared to invest however long it takes to be successful? For some people, it's going to take a few months. For some people, it's going to take a few years. Okay? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It doesn't happen overnight. It is not easy. The psychological aspect of it is extraordinarily difficult. It will take you time to retrain your brain to think differently. And then once your brain has been calculated to do the job or task at hand, that's really when the benefit of saying, okay, I need to now understand technical analysis so that I can approach the market from a state of mind that is correct in doing this job to the very best of one's ability. So listen, I've been doing this I'm going on my 13th year. Quite proficient at reading the price action and the volume and the order flow and the interactions, providing expectations. Am I right every time? Of course not. Listen, when I give you an expectation, hey, if the market does this, it's likely to do that next, okay? If that's a way for you to understand that that's the potential expectation, and you choose to act upon it because it fits your personal trading approach, so be it, okay? If it doesn't, then that's totally up to you. So let's talk about kind of how things shook out this morning. Come to the computer pretty early. I get everything set up. I get the room opened up. I get all the charts set up. I get the order flow set up. Everybody has everything they need long before the session starts. Okay, you got plenty of time to get settled in, get your bearings, pour your cup of coffee. We came in this morning, the NASDAQ, the S&P, gold, very, very messy. We were having 8:30 data come out. So typically 8:30 data does skew the market. It has this week especially, but crude has been reactive basically every single day. We've done very, very well talking our way through what crude has done and what it is likely to do next. So let me walk you through what I came to the market this morning. Came in here about 6:30. I noticed these prior lows over here. I noticed this breakdown. Notice this kind of recovery transpiring. We broke these descending lows, put in a reversal candle right here, increased selling volume, told me there's a pretty good chance that we're going to reverse there, which we did. We come up here, what was previously providing support turned into resistance, and then once broken became actually a form of support. And I did take this trade, guys. I actually got in this right here, okay? I liked this little candle, that it pulled into this level perfectly. I liked that there were trap buyers up here. It was heavy at the top, and I was expecting to short back into probably starting to take profits at 45 with the hopes of reaching 35. If going lower, testing these lows. It didn't happen. I got stopped out. It is what it is, right? Like the momentum here, so far, this is all I see. That tells me I'm still looking for downside momentum. I'm well below both VWAPs. My expectation was a retest of the lows. We didn't get it, so I got stopped out. Market pushes back up, tests my trend line here. I did off these tops. You can see we got kind of stuck here at 76. I did short that back into this level here, and this is where I did cover my position. So I took a very, very small loss. I took a little bit bigger gain, and I was up, between the two. Okay, whatever. Started the morning off. One small loss, one little bigger win, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm recognizing now that this area here, once again, providing support. So what are my expectations from here? My expectations from here are we are going to push higher. Now we are live in the session, and I'm talking my way through this entire push to the upside, providing expectations for where we are likely to encounter some resistance. So here's the retest. We push and close above the VWAP. We then retest the VWAP. Now I'm speaking through this all in live context, all right? Guys, we're through. We retested. If we can push from here, we're going to probably retest the origin of that trend line. Puts us up there at about 79.10. Our overnight high puts us up there at 79.17, right? And now I'm looking left, right? I'm looking left, trying to figure out where am I going to next. All right, so now I have to go back to Tuesday and Monday and go, all right, so what am I looking for? Looking for my next high up here, 79.40. Next high, 79.50, right? And then I got to look over here. Where could I be headed to? This is 79.96, just short of $80. Okay, so I just looked left for contiguous targets. Right? We did get hung up here for a little bit. This was the 9 o'clock crude open. You can see we had a little whipsaw here. So I dropped this line because we did have resistance. We closed above it. We continued to push higher. All right. We came into this area here. There was a lot of absorption happening. High number of absorption. High trading absorption transpiring here. So this is where I was like, well, if we can't get above 80, we're not going to go to $80, and we didn't. So objectively, I said we probably fall back from there into 79.40, which is that last area that we kind of hesitated before we broke out of. Well, we did. We got a little snagged here. We pulled back up. We made a low, a very tight low, a tight lower high. Ultimately broke it. All right, that puts us here at the rolling VWAP. I said to him, all right, let's see how we do. We're holding at the rolling VWAP, and now we're using this level as resistance. Okay, what's the expectation next? My next expectation is that we push into the session VWAP down here. It was 79.15 was the number that I specifically used. I was going off this little high here that these candles had worked off of, so 79.15, which we got. Right, and then I said if we push through 79.15 and we push through the lows here, that's when we probably fall back to test $79. And we did. And then from there, you can see we pushed back up, made a little correction, pushed back up, made a little correction. We'll see. We're just kind of revisiting this area now. We'll see what ultimately transpires. So I took a loss on this short. I took a little win on this short. I did okay on this run, and then I took a little piece of this one on the downside. And that's just how I played it, right? I was just, if once you have an intuition to what the market's going to do, you can now put together a plan and say, all right, if the market's here, it's likely to go there. If it's unlikely to go there, it's likely to do this. Having that two-sided analysis, to me, is the only way to approach the market, because you have to understand, but if this doesn't work, then what happens, right? You have to be ready and willing to be quick on your feet to reposition yourself. So that's how we played it today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and a comment. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, also please do so you don't miss the next one. My goal with these videos is to teach you, of course, from my perspective, the way I view the market. I'm not saying the way I view the market is the only way to view the market. My goal is so that you have exposure to different ways the market is analyzed, interpreted, and provided expectations for, so that you have the insight ultimately to make the best decisions for yourself. I'm not here to tell you to buy or sell. I'm simply here to tell you what I believe the market has done, is doing, and what is likely to do next. And if it doesn't do that, what the other side of that coin looks like. So if you enjoy that, feel free to reach out to me. There's some links below. You can click that, consume the content. Be happy to work with you. And if I can do anything for you, my email's there. Feel free to reach out. Appreciate you all. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.